Assalamualaikum. Hi kids. So let us continue our lesson today with Module 2, Smart Kids. So today you will learn to identify the means of transports correctly, as well as you will learn to talk about how one gets around using do and does correctly, okay? Please take your student books and turn to page 16, okay? Are you ready? Okay, before we start reading, I want you to look at the first parts of this page, okay? Let's learn the new vocabulary for today. Take the bus. Take the bus. Drive. Drive. Walk. Walk. Take the train. Take the train. So can we start reading now? Okay. Firstly, you have to listen first, okay? You look at how the words are pronounced, and then later on you can watch this video again and you can read together, okay? Practice reading, okay? Because practice makes perfect. Okay, so let's start reading together.
Hey, Anna, come with us. My dad always drives me to school.
Thank you.
Do you always take the bus to school, Anna?
Yes, I do. My mum doesn't drive.
Look, there's Jenny and Billy. They always walk to school. Hey, there's Susie. She always rides her bike to school.
Hi, Greg.
Look at this sentence structure, okay? So, when to use does and when to use do. You can't simply use it, but you have to follow the rules in English, okay? In English grammar, there are rules to be followed. Okay, so for does, we use with singular subject. For example, Adam, Alisa, the teacher, and the pronouns he, she, it. Okay, we use does with the subject pronouns he, she, and it. Okay, what about do? We use do normally for plural subject. For example, the boys, the children, they, we. Okay, so these are the subject pronouns. Okay, so look here. S here means it's plural, more than one. How to change the boys to singular? We just remove S and it will become the boy, singular. Okay, but when we have S here, it's plural. Okay, so what about I and you? Is it do or does? Okay, bear in mind that you must use do. You must use do for you and I. Okay, that's the rule. You just have to follow it. Okay. Look at the sentence structures. Okay, it's in your textbook. So let's go one by one. Okay, look at this part first. Do you walk to school? Do you walk to school? So, if you walk to school, then how do you respond to this question? You will say, yes, I do. But if you don't, then you will say, no, I don't. Okay? So, look at the second one. Do they walk to school? So, the subject pronouns here is they. So, how do we answer these questions? Okay. We know that they walk to school. So, what do we say? Yes, they do. But if they do not walk to school, we will say, no, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, good. So, let's look at the next sentence structure. Okay, it's about does. Okay, does. Did you still remember the one that I taught you just now? When do we use does? Okay, so let's do some practices to check your understanding. Okay, does he takes the bus to school? Does he take the bus to school? Okay, why don't we put S here? Okay, bear in mind that when it's a question, you must use the root word here. Okay, we use kata dasar bila kita bertanya soalan. Okay, it doesn't matter whether it is singular or plural as the subject. Okay, when we ask question, we use root word. Okay, does he take the bus to school? Okay, so if yes, the answer will be yes, he does. Yes, he does. But if he doesn't, we say no, he doesn't. Okay, no, he doesn't. Okay. Does he take the bus to school? Just now we asked he, right? So now we change to she. Does she take the bus to school? So how do we answer this? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Okay, look here. When the question is asking does, then you must answer using does. Okay, and you add not here if it doesn't. Okay, if the statement is wrong, if the question is wrong, then you will say doesn't. Does, doesn't. Okay, so let us read activity 1 and match. Okay, please refer to your textbook page 70. But in order to do this, we have to read again page 16 so that we know how to answer the question. Okay, so we've learned just now about does and do. So we use does with singular subject and the pronouns he, she, it. Okay, the subject pronouns he, she, it, use does. And for do, we use it with the subject pronouns I, you, they, we, and as well as the plural subjects. Okay, so look at question 1. Does Greg walk to school? Look at the picture here. So no, he doesn't. Okay. So what's about number 2? Does Anna take the train to school? Here is Anna. Does she take the train to school? So Anna here, if you want to use subject pronouns, so which one is for Anna? Yes, we use she for Anna. So can you find the answer here? Anna doesn't take the trains to school. So you will say, no, she doesn't. So let's do it together. No, she doesn't. Very good. So let's do number 3. Does Greg Stack drive? So do you know? Is this statement true or false? Of course it's true because we can see it here. Okay, so that's Greg's text will be he, she, it, are you, they, we. Which one? Okay, so we use he. Okay, we use he for Greg's dad. Okay, so the statement is yes. So we say yes, he does. Okay, so let's do it together. Okay, so it's here. Very good. Okay, number 4. Do Jenny and Billy take the bus to school? Where is Jenny and Billy? Yes, they are here. So let's read this. They always walk to school. Okay, they always walk to school. But the question is, do Jenny and Billy take the bus to school? So Jenny and Billy, can we change it to we? No. What about I? No. So we use they, okay? They for Jenny and Billy. They, mereka. Okay, so which one is the correct answer? Do Jenny and Billy take the bus to school? Yes or no? No, they don't. Very good. No, they don't. Okay, look at the last one. Does Susie ride her bike to school? Where is Susie? Where is Susie? Ah, look here. She's here. She always ride her bike to school. So, yes, she does. Okay, so after this, we are going to do some exercises so that you know how to use do and does correctly. So let's do some practices on singular and plural. Okay, so look here at the first picture. Okay, so there's only a person in the picture. She is Anna. So we call it singular. Okay, what about the second picture? Okay, we have more than one people in the picture. So we call it plural. More than one, plural. Okay, so how do we ask about the first picture? So we use does for singular. Okay, we use does for singular. Does Anna walk to school? What about the plural? Okay, we use do for plural. So we ask, do Jenny and Billy take the bus to school? So how do we answer the first one? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay, we use she for Anna. Okay, we use she for Anna. What about Jenny and Billy? What subject pronouns can we use? Yes, we use they. Okay, we use they for Jenny and Billy. So the answer is no, they don't. No, they don't. Look at the next picture. Who's in the picture? Is it singular or plural? Singular, okay? If only one, then singular. What about the second picture? Hmm? Can you decide plural or singular? You just have to bear in mind that if only one singular, more than one plural. So, plural. So, we use does for singular and we use do for plural. Okay, let's ask. Does Susie ride her bike to school? Okay, Susie, singular, so we use does. Does Susie ride her bike to school? What about plural? Do. Look here, do. Do they walk to school? They, okay, they. We strictly use they here. Do they walk to school? Okay, how do we answer the questions? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. What about this question? Do they walk to school? Look at the picture. Do they walk to school? No, they don't. No, they don't. Can we continue with another activity? Please refer to your textbook, page 17. Okay, it's activity 3. You have to listen and then write the number 1 to 4. Okay, 1 to 4. Can we start now? Let's get started.
Activity 3. Listen and number 1 to 4. 1. Does Mona always walk to school?
Yes, she does. She always walks to school.
2. Does Ryan take the bus to school?
No, he doesn't. He always rides his bike to school.
3. Christina, do you drive to work?
No, I don't. I always take the bus.
4. Does Mike ride his bike to work?
No, Mike never rides his bike to work. He always drives his car to work.
Activity 3. Listen and number 1 to 4. 1. Does Mona always walk to school?
Yes, she does. She always walks to school.
2. Does Ryan take the bus to school?
No, he doesn't. He always rides his bike to school.
3. Christina, do you drive to work?
No, I don't. I always take the bus.
4. Does Mike ride his bike to work?
No, Mike never rides his bike to work. He always drives his car to work.
Let's check your answer. Okay, the first picture is number 2, 3, 1, and 4. Did you get all answers correct? I hope you do. Okay, it's the last activity in your textbook. Okay, let's ask an answer. Does your dad drive to work? Okay, maybe you can conduct this activity with someone around you. Okay, maybe your brother, your sister, or your parents. Okay, so to do this activity, you have to know whether the subject is singular or plural so that you know whether you want to use do or does. Okay, look at this. We start the question with do or does. Depends on the subject. Okay, so who's the subject? Might be your father, your mother, your brother, or your sister. Okay, this is just sentence structure. Maybe you can follow this, or maybe you can use your own structure. Okay, so does your father, does your mother. Can you say do your mother? You can't say that, okay, because your father is singular, so use does. Okay, so look at all this. Okay, you have to use does with all these subjects. Okay, next one is you will continue asking about how the subject gets around. Okay, for example, take the train, drive, walk, ride a bike, or maybe take the bus. Okay, the last part is to school, to walk, or maybe you can add your own. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Okay, does your father take the train? Okay, this one, which one to choose? Okay, to work. It's done. So, does your father take the train to work? Okay, so someone will say, your partner will answer this question. Okay, how? Okay, the answer can be yes. Okay, your father, he or she, Okay, so your partner might say yes, she or he. He, because your father, he, right? So, yes, he does. Or maybe if he doesn't take the train, your partner will say, no, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, let's try number 2. Does your mother, which one to choose? Okay, drive. Does your mother drive to school? Okay, so let's try to answer this. Does your mother drive to school? Okay, so if yes, the answer should be yes, she does, or maybe no, she doesn't. Okay, so can you practice this with someone around you? Okay, so as usual, you have to practice and practice more so that you can easily talk about how one gets around correctly. It's time for you to do some exercises in your workbook, and please turn to page 11. Okay, so for this activity, you have to use this sentence structure. Okay, you have to identify the subject and then you change it to the pronouns. Okay, look at question 1. Does Penny take the bus to school? Okay, Penny. Okay, so which one? So we can change this to, where is Penny number 1? Okay, here is it. So he or she. He or she. Okay, so you will answer Penny doesn't take the bus to work. She drive. Okay. So let's look at number 2. Okay, John and Helen. Okay, John and Helen, singular or plural? So which one? Do or does? Plural. Okay, so we use do. Okay, so do John and Helen ride their bike to the playground? Okay, so you just read and write. Read and write and then look at the answer. Read and write, then look and answer. Okay, so try to do it first. It's activity 2 in your workbook. Okay, so let's practice. Before you do this, please bear in mind that you have to use this in your answer. Okay, we use he, she, it for does, and we, they, I, and you for do. Okay, he, she, it for does, we, they, I, you, we use do. Okay, so look here. Does Kate drive to work? Okay, you have to follow the path here. You just follow the path. Okay, so then, okay, look here. Kate. So, is it drive? No. She doesn't drive. She walks. Okay, look at this picture. Okay, so how do we answer this question? So Kate, which one to use? Kate. Okay, so we use she. Okay, so does Kate drive to work? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. That's all. Okay, so you do the same for number 2, 3, and 4. You have to use the subject pronouns when you want to write the answers. Okay, so I hope you can write with a correct punctuation and neat handwriting. Well done, it's the end of our lesson. So hopefully by the end of the lesson, you were able to identify the means of transports correctly, as well as you were able to talk about how one gets around using do and does correctly. Okay, please don't forget to complete all the tasks that I've given you. All the best and write neatly with correct punctuations. Okay? Thank you. See you in the next lesson.